It happens. Whatever. My name is Keith Evans. I will be your host for the evening. Put your hands together for that, just for a minute, right? Why not? Screw it. Valentine's Day. Are you guys excited about it? Are there dates out here right now? Who's on a date? Raise your hand. Who's on a date? Anybody? No? Yeah, nice. Oh. It's like a Cinemax movie waiting to happen right now. It's crazy. I am Valentineless right now because I don't have a girlfriend. Oh. I have to put it in that voice so it feels like more desperate. Like, oh, I don't have a girl. Yeah. Play the world's smallest violin. Like, here's my thing about Valentine's Day. I'm a fan of it. I'm a huge fan of it, and it sucks when you don't have a Valentine's. But what I hate most of all is like the cynical people who are around like Valentine's Day, where it's just like, oh well, I don't know why we have to like spend this day to celebrate Valentine's Day. I show how much I care like every day of the year. Like, it's like the cynical asshole who always has to say that, you know? And it's just like, really, like, you really think that you're like the only one who like agrees with that, and then everybody else is like sitting at home and nobody's like loving each other or kissing each other or hugging each other or carrying each other about it. And then all of a sudden, like, somebody's sitting at home and their girlfriend's like, hey, you know, you guys want to come out to, you want to go out to dinner or go out to a movie or something like that? And he's like, no, what do you think this is, Valentine's Day? Like, go wash the dishes, seriously. Like, you want my love and respect? Find me in the middle of Black History Month, and then we'll celebrate that, like, all day. Like, it's just stupid because it's like, you think that all of a sudden, like, every day of the year, everything is tanking, like, completely economically. Like, nobody's going out buying anything for the person that they love and anything like that. And all of a sudden, Valentine's Day comes up. All of you guys are out spending money, getting chocolates, getting flowers, getting that whole thing. And then this one cynical asshole is sitting at home, like, it's his own Occupy Wall Street. Like, and he's just like, all of a sudden, he's like, oh, well, you know, I don't have to celebrate Valentine's Day. Like, this is, I'm gonna stick it to the man. Like, I voted for Ron Paul. Like, I do everything the opposite. Like, you know, Ron Paul. Any Ron Paul fans in the house? Oh, really? You guys want to split the vote that bad? Like, he's Ross Perot Jr. Calm down. It's fine. But, basically, I had a situation this weekend that I have not shared with everyone, and I was unintentionally roofied this weekend. Unintentionally roofied. Like, I was out somewhere, and, you know, like, I was chilling at the bar or whatever, and I was ordering a drink, and a girl was like, oh, this is the same drink, whatever, some creepy guy bought it for me, whatever, and of course, you know, it's the middle of the night, and I downed it, like, whatever, like, not a problem. And I realized after the situation happened, like, it wasn't an extremely bad situation, but I realized after the situation happened that, like, okay, I've cried watching The Notebook, maybe once or twice. I've eaten candy where, like, it had the filling in the middle and it gushed in my mouth or whatever. And I know that John Mayer is an asshole, yet I still love his music. So if you add getting roofied to that, I'm ready. I'm ready to give birth right now. Like, I'm an honorary woman. Like, I've met all the requirements to be a woman, like, completely. Like, I don't even understand what the deal is like with, okay, when I go out and I get ready to drink, you know, I get dressed or whatever, and I do the same check. So, like, do guys who roofie people do the same check with everything, where it's like, okay, I got my cell phone, I got my cigarettes, I got my car keys, I got my wallet, I got my card, I got my roofies. Like, I'm completely ready for this situation tonight. And then how do you put, I don't even understand, how do you put a roofie in someone's drink and not be creepy about it? Like, how do you play it cool in that situation? Because my whole thought is like, if I'm putting someone in someone's drink and I give them a drink, I'm like, hey, here's your drink. Would you like this? Here you go. Like, just real creepy, like, you know, like, I'm all about raping people tonight, like, whatever. It's craziness. I just recently, moved upstairs. Yeah, don't cheer for that, because my liver is like, you know what, fuck off, like, seriously. But I just moved upstairs, and I have the, I'm single, so it's like, when you're living alone and you're single, you still get to do the whole thing where you get to go to your parents' house and do laundry. Like, it's still, like, I'm gonna be really pissed off when their funeral happens, because where am I gonna do my laundry? So, I went and I was talking to my dad, like, we were like, you know, just shooting the shit or whatever, and he told me a story about how he went to the grocery store, and there was a certain item that was supposed to be on sale. He wasn't sure if it was still on sale or not, so he went to somebody who worked at the grocery store who happened to be a Mexican. And he went to the Mexican and asked him, hey, is this on sale? And the Mexican didn't speak any English. And he was so shocked that the Mexican didn't speak any English. I was like, it's 2012, really? Like, you're still on that kick right now? He's like, I can't believe he couldn't speak any English. And I'm like, you listen to enough Rush Limbaugh, you should know that Mexicans don't speak English, like, in this country sometimes. Like, that's just how it happens. And it's weird because my dad is like this closet, like, Republican. Like, he's a closet Republican. He doesn't talk about it or anything like that, but he listens to Rush Limbaugh all the time, and his excuse for listening to Rush Limbaugh is that he thinks Rush Limbaugh is funny. I'm like, yeah, Nazism is funny. Nazism is hilarious. Like, yeah, the Confederacy, hilarious. Like, that was a perfect thing. And then I was in his basement, and I'm looking through a box of, like, books and everything like that, and I found a book entitled Treason by A.N.O.C. And it was as if I found a swastika in his, like, belongings. Like, I was so freaked out. I was like, really? Like, oh my God, then I hear him creeping up the stairs, and I'm like trying to hide the book really quickly. I'm like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. I did not find your swastika or your treason book, because it's Ann Coulter, and she's a Nazi. A hot Nazi, but still a Nazi. Still a Nazi. How are you guys doing tonight? Good? Yeah, make some more fucking noise, please. And I don't mean to say the word fucking, like, I'm sorry, but she said, I have no problem with it on Valentine's Day. No problem with it today at all. Are you guys ready to hear your first comedian? Yes? Ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy to have this guy on the set tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Joseph Farley, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm just gonna launch right into it as soon as that music stops. Last week, I hit my 3rd anniversary of sobriety. It's no one-person class. It's just gonna make me feel more shame when I end up relapsing. But have you guys heard the saying, in excess lies wisdom? You guys are smart, meaning learn from your mistakes if you don't die when you're doing drugs. But say there's excess in wisdom. So, for instance, 3 years ago, I bought a bag of heroin off of a street gang and shot it up, and when I woke up from my drug overdose, I realized that Mexicans are horrible and untrustworthy people. So you learn from your mistakes. Bigotry is wrong. It's just, I hate racism and Filipinos. This world's a horrible place. People used to have pride in this country. Not like this is the greatest generation 60 years ago. And people used to be patriotic and have pride in this country. You know, back when a white man had his own drinking fountain. As I mentioned earlier, 3 years sober. I don't trust Mexicans. I hate Filipinos. No, let's get off these touchy subjects and right into pedophilia. I don't understand it. Like just how a man can just do such a monstrous act. It's such a disgusting thing. Like a 35-year-old man, dude, just having sex with like a 5-7-year-old boy. I mean, they must have like the dirtiest buttholes. Are you kidding me? Yuck. Yuck. Just disgusting. Yesterday, I was at the grocery store, and an Escalade pulled up. It's like a newer Escalade, so like just driving fast through the parking lot. Just like, what a dick! Like you just seeing a car, like you're supposed to be doing like 10 miles an hour. Car parked in a handicapped spot. The guy gets out and he's in a wheelchair. I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. But he looked like a dickhead. I mean, he's in a he's wheeling past me. I'm like, if that guy had the ability to walk, that guy would be an asshole. And then just thinking like, why can't he still be an asshole? I mean, he's just, listen, I'm in recovery, so I understand triumph over adversity, triumph over, but it still doesn't disqualify you from being an asshole. He's in a way. And then I looked on the back of his car, and he had a bumper sticker. He had a bumper sticker, and it showed the handicapped guy in the wheelchair, and it said, "This is how I roll." And the picture was of a guy in a wheelchair fucking a girl, just like that. Fucking, and I'm like, this guy is definitely a dickhead. And then and then it made me think that this guy's probably is having sex. And you think about, what do you think about when a guy in a wheelchair is having sex with a woman? Like, men are like, wow, the fuck did that guy, yes, that guy's my hero. Like, it doesn't, the same thing does not apply. Like, if a woman's in a wheelchair and a guy is having sex, people don't think that, oh yeah, that woman's awesome. Like, no, this shows you how much society thinks of it. If a girl is getting fucked by a guy and the girl's in the wheelchair, society doesn't think, yeah, good for that. Society thinks, how is this guy? Yes, this guy's having sex with a woman in a wheelchair. Like, there's no good for the woman, nothing like that. But, sorry. Also, wow. So, I'm watching porn the other day. There's nothing funny about that. But there's this new thing going on in porn now where women are licking guys' buttholes. That's real. Like, it's not a fetish site thing that I was on, like, women licking guys' assholes. It's a real thing, like, and it happened during, like, the oral sex part of, and I was just, what the fuck, this girl's licking this guy's ass, like, what, are you, this is really happening, like, what, do you know what goes on down there, like, and I've seen it multiple times. It doesn't make me not stop watching it. You know, just like, there's just like a brief part where I'm just like, oh man, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't make me stop. I just be like, oh, what the? And the girls always have the same look on their face. Their eyes closed. It reminds me of when I was a kid and I hated vegetables, and my mom still made me eat vegetables, and they'd get cold on my plate, and she'd force me to eat them, like eyes closed, like. There's nothing pretty about a guy's butt. Like, I'll lick a women's asshole all day. Like that, I don't. Because women's buttholes are like nice and dainty and they're like coquettish. Like, if they could talk, they would sound like Betty Boop. I'm like winking at it. Like, if a guy's asshole could talk, it would sound like Odor from Revenge of the Nerd. Like, there's nothing. nothing pretty about it. I got that, but all right, guys. I want to thank Chief Evans for letting me do this tonight. It was fun. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks a lot, guys.